Hello everyone, today I want to do the task that I'm probably looking forward least whenever I replay one of these planets, and that is the automation of all the osmium stuff, specifically composite beams. I really hate making those. To make our life easier though, it would be nice if we can see osmium on the map, and in order to do that, all we'd have to do is complete the next terraformation objective. We have another problem though. You can actually see where the asteroid will hit, and well, that's our base. That's where we are right now. So all this is going to be basically not operational in half an hour, which is not fun. Anyway, in order to get the next objective done, all we'd have to do is set up a base in the hottest region, and that is right here. So what we would have to do is we'd have to create reinforced compartments. Regulars don't work anymore. And then we need 5 data centers. So there we go. Now we get the large osmium deposit. And I guess we may as well set up a little base here, seeing as our own is going to be gone in a sec. So now we'd have to do the same thing, but in the coldest region. That is at the bottom of the map here by the looks of it. However, first things first, I want to put an antenna on here. That way we can see what is around here. So we got some cobalt. No osmium on this one, eh? That's kind of unfortunate. Wow, surprisingly, there's another osmium on this island. And I think this is osmium too, right? Yeah. Okay, that has multiple osmium as well as iron deposits. Yeah, we might set up a bunch of stuff here today. I mean, that is a decent size as well, so it might have a lot more. But let's take a little look. Yeah, it seems like there's another osmium right here. That is great. As well as some gold. Yeah, this is definitely going to be the island, alright. So what is up here then? Because there's nothing on the map. And that would be quite surprising. And you would think we would see at least something, right? Okay, well, there is actually a lot on this. That is fantastic. Now, building here doesn't seem to be the best. Alright, my big plan is going to be placing down a data center on the coldest region. That way we unlock the climate regulators. Once we did that, we can dot them around in some of these hot areas while we're working on the osmium. I think that's going to be the most efficient way of using our time. I wonder if the same thing will happen here as in the hottest region where the base will break. Also, I see some sapphire here already. So let's see, what happens when we place this? Yeah, it immediately gets blown away. But it is a different animation now, which is nice. Which I suppose makes sense, because the other one was on fire. Does a regular drill work on this? It doesn't look it. That could be a problem. So the other annoying thing is the climate regulator. It takes thermal regulators as well as sensor arrays. So the idea doesn't really work as well that I had. Do we even have thermal regulators unlocked? It doesn't look like it. Alright, let's head towards this island where we were going to set everything up. Alright, let's do the composite beams first. Those are going to be the biggest pain. And so I'm thinking of doing it on this side of the map. We have the gold as well as the osmium. That is what we need in order to make the osmium alloy. And then there is some iron as well. Interesting. This forge is like just out of range for the power. Well, this one is fine. But there we go. This is set to alloy. So I think the main issue is going to be that we're not going to be able to create a whole lot of iron in this area. So basically what you need for iron beams is iron rods and plates. So we already need to split it. Makes it go a lot slower. And then it actually does require a fair amount of them too in the assembly bench. So this will go up very slowly. And then of course we also need an assembly bench for the item we actually want. Which is going to be fun. This island is not really that great for building on, I will admit. But there we go. Composite beams. We will of course need a warehouse. And I think this is the 5th warehouse tier 2 that we got. Which means our inventory capacity is now maxed out with these. Alright, sweet. There's the first composite beams going in. Now that's a lot less painful than I remembered it being. But also remember needing an absolute ton of them. So this speed is probably not going to keep up very long. Alright, now that the composites are done, I would like to work on gear assembly. That is the next, basically hardest one in line. And we can easily do that right down here by the looks of it. There's an iron and osmium node right next to each other. These are placed very conveniently, surprisingly. Kind of suspiciously close, actually. The iron needs to go through 2 different part producers. One where it will turn into rods, and then the other will turn the rods into gears. Then all we require is this assembly bench. Slot the gears and slot the osmium ingots in there. have it make gear assembly. We do also have this graphite here. And I was thinking is we can set up our graphite stuff right here too. All we need is a couple of drills on there. Yeah, we can just put 4 on there. That's no big deal. Alright, then we need 4 carbon refineries. There's only 4 items, and that is pretty good. I think there was an item that also required advanced filters, so we'd have to set that up. I would have to look which one that was. Yeah, okay, it demands 200 liters. Basically meaning every single refinery needs 2 of these. Alright, they all have water and power. Let's connect them up to the drills. And then we can make a very ugly conveyor line all the way to the warehouses. And that should be all the carbon stuff done. That one always feels good to set up because you can get a lot done in no time. And yeah, this is the item that we required. The catalyst converter. Also, I heard bling bling. That probably means asteroids coming. Alright, the osmium drill, I think is the only osmium related item we have left. Right, reinforced frames is also something I probably want to get automated, as well as ceramic components. I should not be forgetting about those two. The ceramic components is one thing, but I remember needing a ton of reinforced frames. But first, let's make an osmium drill. Well, never mind. First, we're gonna watch our base be destroyed. Sad days, my eyes. Game over. Why is that considered game over? I thought last time that happened because we died. Okay, we have an hour again to stop it. It's not like it's actually that bad, seeing as you can just continue. I think the threat would have been a lot more fun if it actually disabled the islands for a little while, like it looked like it was doing at the beginning. That would feel like a way better threat than it ended up being. Alright, for the osmium drill, we're gonna need plates as well as ingots. So let's work on the iron plates first, so that is pretty easy. Basically, by the time I'm done saying the sentence, we have it already set up. The ingots are not that difficult either. They literally just have to go through a forge. And both of those have to go into the assembly bench. That will create osmium drills. And that can go into a warehouse. Alright, let's work on the reinforced frames real quick. There's a graphene rock right here. And then there was an iron rock somewhere over the hill here. Now again, we're going to need iron beams. Then just make an assembly bench for the reinforced frames. And this will slowly make those. And that is done for the frames for now. Alright, hydraulic pistons is something that we should probably invest in. There is this nice little iron deposit out in the middle of nowhere. That's where we'll be setting up hydraulic pistons. So the rubber might be a bit more of an issue. Actually, I have quite the open space here. This has to go through a double part producer. 1 to turn the organic into rubber. And then 2 to turn the rubber into rubber belts. Connect it up with the assembly. And hydraulic pistons, easy as that. Alright, let's go find that phosphorite. Annoyingly, I don't think there is any on this island. Actually, thinking about it, pretty sure we had access to both the items we need on this island. So let's go over there to create this catalyst, or catalytic converter. Catalytic converter? Something like that. Yeah, there's the phosphorite rock. Then over there is the graphene. The graphene does require a carbon filter, but once both items are made, which in this case is advanced filters, they can go into the assembly bench and be made into the converter. Alright, I think that's nearly everything off our list. Surprisingly, it went a lot quicker than I thought it would, because I think currently we only have to set up items with rubies, as well as the sensor arrays. Other than that, I think we got, alright, the ceramic components. That is also something. Let's do the ceramics first real quick, because I will forget, that is for sure. Let's see, it required quartz, that is what I remember. I don't remember what it had to go through. I imagine a refiner, right? Yeah, but we need the silica version. Slap a forge in between. Alright, sweet, that's done. Let's quickly go get some ruby, because I think that is what we're going to need to make the thermal regulators as well. Besides that, it looks like everything we need for the sensor arrays are on this island as well. We crashed underneath the island, fantastic. Oh, and we glitched above it. Yeah, there's some ruby here. We're going to need a tier 2 drill for this. We cannot place it down from back here, goddamn. Alright, go out there manually. Alright, let's have the ruby go directly in there. Then I would like to set up a cutter as well. Where is it? This one, the gem cutter. Ooh, we have saw blade and fast rotors, so we haven't automated yet either. The question is, do I really want to do that with fast rotors? That is such a painful recipe. We'd need to find osmium, iron, gold, and graphene right next to each other. Realistically, that might not be as hard as it sounds, but it sure is not this island. Alright, I made enough stuff for the gem cutter. Let's see, but how much do we need ruby for? Just the laser emitter. So that is not that bad. You know, I'm surprised we still haven't unlocked the thermal regulator. I see. Ruby ore and a material analyzer. Well, the material analyzer costs us sensor arrays, so I think we may as well start on that. We're gonna need to get close to, like, here-ish. We are going to have to start off with copper plates. We're gonna need rods again. Make an assembly bench. Those will create the antenna. Then, I'm pretty sure next up, we were gonna need gold wiring. Yes. So we need gold ingots as well as the rubber. Ingots are easy enough. The rubber ain't that bad either. This is just kind of an annoying spot, though, to be fair, to do all of this, because it's on such an annoying hill. But alright, those have been added. This can now create gold wire. Both of those will output into another assembly, and that will create a sensor arrays. That is another one of the harder ones done. Alright, I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet on this one, and make those fast rotors as well. We're gonna have to go to a different island for that, though. We're gonna have to go back to this one, which isn't the funnest one, especially because one iron deposit is up here, osmium is all the way down there, and I think copper or gold is all the way over there. In order to make fast rotors, we're gonna need the copper wiring, or the gold wiring again, the assembly, and then also some graphene. I'm kind of hoping that that is around here, because if not, we can't even make it. It doesn't look that great, but I think there is some right here. No, wait, that's basalt. Damn. Okay, there's some over here, some graphene. Alright, the iron will have to go into a forge, and then through 2 part producers. I'm also looking at it, and we can't even make it anyway, because we don't have the right assembler for it. So all of this is kind of just pointless setup. Well, I mean, it is setup. It's not really pointless, but it sure as hell feel like it, because I can't use it yet. Now all that's left is to set up the graphite rods, and then the moment we have an upgraded assembly, we can actually start setting this up proper. Alright, all that works. Nice. Alright, let's go and analyze a couple things. Well, one thing, because we only have the ruby so far. Oh, we have the advanced assembler now. That is literally what I was just talking about. What does it require? AI chips. You know, that ain't that bad. But more importantly, we have thermal regulators now, so we can set that up as well. Alright, let's start pulling some of the items towards here. And let's also just make the assembler right here. So let's slot in the first of the items, which is the rods. Then we'll have to get all the way over to there and get the other ones. This is going to be quite painful, I feel, because this is a very hot biome. Alright, this conveyor also goes like all over the place and is crazy long. Alright, with that, all the items should be able to flow in here. The conveyors are extremely long, so it might take a while. We're just gonna have to keep an eye out on that. In the meantime, if we go all the way to the edge of the island, there is a nice convenient ruby and quartz rock right next to each other. So let's start mining those. Let's see, the quartz does of course need a bit of extra care, because it requires to go for a refinery. But that's no big deal, I was gonna say. And then we get the cutscene again, we go game over again. Man, it's already been another hour. Alright, well, anyway. There we go, we're now producing everything we need for the thermal regulators. Alright, there we go, I connected it up, and it seems like the first of these items, or the assemble something, they're finally getting to the fast rotor one. We've set up on plenty of different islands though, so I'm so thankful that the devs made it so warehouses can go pretty much anywhere, or can be accessed from anywhere. Because my god, it would have been a pain otherwise. Well, I think besides making regular antenna, I could be doing AI chips. I don't think we need them that often, so I don't mind crafting those. Right, the saw blades. I forgot about those. Oh god, osmium alloy. I actually have a quick, simple fix for this one. We are producing the alloys somewhere around here. Yeah, over here. It seems to be backing up. That is very nice. Let's just add a splitter to this, and then have the other side go to a part producer. There we go. Simple fix. Also, before I forget, we actually have access to conveyors, like fast ones. I may as well put this one on my hotbar so we use the conveyor version free. We'll see how that keeps up though, because that does require osmium alloy. But I think we just did some of the bigger lines. So we're still low on a couple things. Fast rotors, for example, it doesn't craft just yet. But once that starts kicking into gear, when all the items have arrived that should work, it's just gonna take a while. So looking at it, I think the only thing that we're realistically missing are the AI chips. And then of course a couple things that come from the gem cutter, which we'll work on next episode when we actually see all the gem ore veins on the map. I'm just gonna have a quick checkup on the rotors, because that is taking really long. Yeah, as expected, I actually didn't even properly connect it. Alright, those should be connected now. I had a feeling something was up with that. Yeah, those were pretty much all the annoying items I wanted to get done. After this, it's just a couple easy ones, and I think some of the things like AI chips we're not even gonna auto-craft anyway, because we just don't need to. In the next episode, what I want to do is I want to make some big headway with the terraformation stages, get all the ore deposits done, and then of course also I want to get the rocket into space. We're going to need nuclear reactors for that. That's going to be the hardest part, because we don't have access to those yet. We need uranium for them. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.